being a minister and its validity as a profession, and similar to other maybe more unconventional or like what's it called, like very subjective or kind of specialized kind of professions where it's like kind of based upon the preference of the market. Like, do people want, a personal trainer if there's more into more health? Are they more into having like a fancy chef if they're into foods? So it's kind of a more customized type of occupation. But I would like to say that to be that, it requires someone to first have their own source of income, like to start building a client base. And I really like the word client. I use it in the context of like mother and father, like that they can have that their children are like clients. And so my sense is that it's like it has to have a, like when somebody, it's like what services do they provide? Because in this case it's like a service based, right? So they provide, maybe for starters, like a 24/7 emergency contact, someone who can always reach and always drive to them, help in emergencies. And then another thing is just like an educated opinion, or like they can do, researched opinion, kind of like an attorney or an advisor or some type of counsel. Somebody who their job is to assess a situation and problem solving. Another thing they could be designed for is like honesty, like helping a person keep honest, kind of like a psychologist does, like listen to them and decide whether that's a legitimate whether something's legitimate. And so that would be one of their foundations. And then the next question is, what would be their qualifications? I think one might be that they have to be married, because then it's like they're not, it really reduces the likelihood that they're going to want to be intimate with anyone else or use their position of authority to abuse the fact that women can be hypergamous, where they kind of follow the leader. That's why women are, you know how women get like crazy during concerts? It's because they have this kind of follow the leader mentality, and that's why it's best for like, for husbands to, for wives to follow their husbands, and then for the women not to follow the minister. And so it's like that's the next big issue in terms of, well, if this person is, you know, if they're in a place of authority, if they're a minister, then what their main job is going to be to create restrictions and regulations on the people that they oversee. And so the major thing is it has to be seen like these are this person's clients. And so the fact that they're just like a doctor, if a doctor's really good, or let's say a producer, you know, for music, if the producer's really good or the coach is really good, then that'll reflect on the students or the clients, right? That the clients will also be good. And so just the same, if you're a minister, you're gonna want to have some cohesion and consistency in all the people that you work for. You know, that you're going to be able to say that they are all, you know, are they all practicing the same beliefs? Are they all following the same core values? And so your job is, whether you're also responsible for a building, like it eventually goes to the point where if you have enough clients, then maybe that could be your sole income. But it's tricky because the income, like they can't be paying you just because you all like the same things. They should be paying you because you because you are managing and taking responsibility for the duties of the church. And so you're making sure that everyone's being consistent. Like the whole big thing is accountability. Like you're helping people to be accountable for what they say that they're going to do, you know? And this is where it gets tricky, because you need to make sure that the people are who they say they are, that they're practicing they're consistent with the beliefs that they say that they're going to believe in, that they are believing in. So you got to like observe their actions. And so it's kind of a complex job. It's kind of you're almost like, you're like managing an organization. And the thing is on an individual level, you want the people to be in terms of like the idea of an independent church, is it non-denominational, which means it's not like the Catholic Church where it's so many. but it's just a single one, and it's not beholden or under the authority of higher people, but rather it's like interpreted by. And here's the thing. Here's one of the problems with certain religion is when they become heavily open to interpretation. Like, is homosexuality good or bad? Is no premarital intimacy good or bad? Like, these things should be really clear and written plainly. And for me, I think LGBT, as long as they want to get married and they're in that energy of respect and care, then they're just as valuable as anyone else. But these need to be specified in the group that you make. So, and to have it registered with the government adds that formality, and also the idea of marriage. It's like, are they married under, like, how places will have different kinds of marriage, like, well, you're of this and this of this and this denomination, so you'll get this kind of marriage. Well, that's like, that's going to be part of the church. Like, you want to be married or baptized or remarried under that, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was at least a good 6 or 7 talking points. When you make it into a, that we should have, and it's like, yes, there's going to be competition. Like I said, you're going to be competing with different people. You're going to be competing with like all kinds of like psychologists, like also taking like a role of authority away from, say, parents. So it's kind of tricky. Like do you want to have as clients like it should be just like a higher profession, like an attorney or doctor. Like, there should be some high expectations put upon them, but it shouldn't be seen as any more valuable as, like, I mean, it's all dependent. And then how do you like charge? What do you fees? Well, maybe there would be like a baseline fee of paying the person to, if you attend the church, if you're a member of the church, then you pay this much, and it helps to pay for the minister's time. It helps to promote the church, like through either ads on social media or through paying to do, because part of the whole thing should be for the church to get bigger, right? Like that should be part of the agenda. But start the hand job here, so I'm going to be concluding. But yeah, that's some ideas I thought you guys could appreciate, because it is a necessary occupation. But the question is, how do we make it make sense, huh? Okay, let's let's talk more, shall we? Okay. There we go. Fuck. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's say aloha.